All right, well, welcome back to AED Summit Live. We are here with Curtis and Valerie Fort from CCFG. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Great,
Thank you.
great.
Glad to have you.
We're doing good. How's the show going so far?
Great, wonderful,
Yeah,
great turnout.
awesome. So tell us a bit about you guys. What do you guys do? What's the company? Give us a little background.
Sure. CCFG is a licensed and bonded commercial debt collection agency. We work with heavy equipment companies, contractors, finances. We assist companies that, customers that fall behind on their bills and help get that money back in their bank account where ultimately it belonged in the first place.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, what is the background in the industry you got here, Curtis?
Well, our company and what we do for AED members is a very niche industry. We understand the construction industry. We understand the flow of how to pursue subcontractors and general contractors. I've been in this line of work for almost 20 years now. Kind of fell into it by accident.
Okay.
Once I got into it, I never got out. So
Fair enough.
well,
So, what kind of services do you guys offer for your clients these days?
So we offer debt collection services. We have private investigator services, litigation services, asset and liability reports. We can find out a lot about the customers, where they're hiding their assets. If push comes to shove, we push it to the litigation side, and we hand all of it to the attorney with what they've got. Hopefully, they can bring some justice to them. But we try to not have it go to litigation, and he's pretty good at his job, so we don't have to push too many cases to legal.
So, are you guys the buffer between the client and the customer that is obviously delinquent?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Our goal is to try to help, if we can, rehabilitate a customer. As we all know, in the construction world, it's hard to get new customers, and then it's even harder to retain them. So when that customer falls past due, it's important that we treat them with diplomacy. We're not alienating the customer, speaking to them unethically and unprofessionally, demoralizing them. The past due customers will do that themselves if that's the kind of person or individual they are, or if they just don't have any intentions. But our goal is to always go in and rehabilitate relationships if that opportunity presents itself.
So what size contractors do you guys typically work with? Is it larger contractors, smaller contractors?
Both big and small. It doesn't matter how big or how small your company is. We can help you no matter what your issues are.
Okay.
Or the type of receivable. Some of the people ask us, well, do you take accounts that are $500 or do you take accounts that are $500,000? We don't judge our customers based on the dollar amount of the case. We have team members that specialize in any category of it.
Gotcha.
So, Lienguard, what is that?
So Lienguard, we're a lien filing company that's been around for over 40 years. It was one of the first lien filing companies ever created back in 1983 up in Oak Brook, Illinois. We actually used to use her services with CCFG. The lady was retiring and ready to hang her hat up. So I said, well, what a wonderful opportunity for me to get in and segue into collections. And so Lienguard and collections work hand in hand.
Okay.
So, how does this work? And obviously, I come to you, I got a problem.
Sure.
What's the pricing structure, and how do I get engaged with you guys?
On the lien side or the collection?
On both.
On the both. Well, the lien side, I'll let her answer, and then I can answer.
There you go.
Sure. So Lienguard, which is just a flat service fee, no matter if you need a preliminary notice or a mechanics lien or a bond file claim. There's no contracts to sign up for us. And that's why I think a lot of people like Lienguard, because you don't have to sign a long-term auto-renewing any type of contract. We're kind of a la carte. So that's our pricing structure for Lienguard.
Is it something easy that it's achievable?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we don't have to do anything, you guys handle it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's a lot that goes into it. Every state statutes are different. So the typical contractor doesn't know all of the state statutes and all 50 states. So we know those. So we know what to send, how to send it, who to send it to, and able to secure your lien.
And on
So
what
we take
day
the-
it's required as well. There's a certain time frame on the statutes. You know, if a contractor, his first day on a job, he may have 20 days to send out his first notice, and they may not know that, right? So we provide them also the ongoing education. We provide them all the information that they would need to make informed business decisions on the lien side, because the lien is their first line of defense, right? When they're not getting paid, they need to immediately do the notice to all parties. They have to send a notice out to the general contractor. If there's a sub, if there's a property owner, it has to go to all those different parties in order for that, you know, supplier, let's say, to protect their interest on that job site.
Gotcha.
And then if it has to roll over to the collections at CCFG, everything we do over there is on a contingent basis. So there's no upfront fees. We don't charge an upfront fee for our team members to start trying to help them collect on their receivable that they haven't been paid on. Our fees vary based really on the age of the debt. So if a customer is 0 to 90 days past due, we charge 20%. Right? If it's 91 days up to a year past due, then we charge 25. If it's over a year, then we charge a 33% rate
Okay.
for our collection service.
So what are some advantages of working with you guys over like a local attorney or someone more at the local level?
Yeah, you know, again, I think it kind of comes down to the diplomacy, right? You want to retain customers. If you're getting a letter from an attorney, it's really intimidating, and it's kind of like ready to take that next step to the courtroom. If we can kind of get in there and not bill an hourly rate like most attorneys do, and get in there and negotiate with the customer and help them get that money collected prior to it going to an attorney, there's a lot more advantageous routes that can be had than dealing directly with an attorney. And again, we use attorneys all over the U.S. We're members of the Commercial Law League of America, members of the General Bar, which are some of the most established attorney networks there are. We use them every day, right? They're allies to us, allies to our clients. But there's a place and time to when you want to bring an attorney in.
So you're throughout the whole U.S. and you're not just exclusive one state territory.
No, we're a national agency in the state. Yes.
So
Interesting.
if the process of a lien doesn't work, do you get an attorney involved? Kind of what's the process from there?
We can get attorney involved if needed. A lot of people don't want a mechanics lien on a piece of property. So a lien is effective in most cases, but there are some cases where they just don't care. They have no intentions of selling the property, and so they just don't care that lien is there. At that time, we can do a foreclosure process, find a foreclosure attorney to start the process of that, which can be expensive. So we can also handle the litigation side of it too. If they don't want to foreclose, but they just want to sue the company civilly, we can do that.
Gotcha.
Foreclosure actions cost extreme amount of money.
Yeah.
So let's say that a supplier came in here to the convention center and dropped off, $20 million worth of material, right? But the building's holding a mortgage on it for, 25 million, right? I'm just throwing numbers out. It's unlikely that you're going to stand that supplier is going to want to spend the amount of money it would take to foreclose this building, right? They may just sue the corporation civilly to get a judgment and then enforce that judgment and just start taking the money out of their bank account. There's a number of ways to get a client paid, but every circumstance, every situation is a little bit different.
So what's, I know every situation is different, but what is like a turnaround time on time I contact you guys to the process starts to possibly this is all settled? Is there potential timelines? I know some are big and small.
There's all different timelines. I mean, there's some, our collectors are world class. They're very good at what they do. There's a lot of times collectors can get them on a payment plan within just a matter of days or weeks or months. We work with the customer based upon their situation. A lot of people in the construction agency, it's, I can't pay because I haven't been paid, the whole flow of the funds. So we know how to get in there and kind of direct that, set up a payment plan. So our clients are pretty, we're paid pretty quickly sometimes on those payment plans. They don't have a payment plan when they have no intentions of paying. We have other resources. We can send out a private investigator to go to the job sites, make sure they're actually physically working on the job, to hand deliver them a letter and say you have 10 days to pay this, or we're going to sue you. So we have some different tools in our pockets that we can use other than just picking up the phone and calling and emailing.
Yeah, the turnaround time on like a lien can literally be within the same day. It all really depends on how much time that client has left to file that lien, what steps were necessary before you could file the lien, if there was a notice that was required. So ultimately, I mean, turnaround times on documentation from the lien side can be within inside of a day or two, to where a client can have, you know, $100,000 account that they're owed money on get secured within a matter of days. And then at that stage, again, there's other means that we may have to take to collect that money, but at least securing their money can happen really quickly.
So to someone who's pretty ignorant on the way this process works, what's kind of a general workflow of, you know, we have a customer, or as a dealer, you've got someone who's defaulted on a piece of equipment. How do we get the ball rolling with you? And then what are kind of the stages we will work through of escalation?
Sure, yeah, they can literally reach out to us at our website, www.ccfgcredit.com. They can contact our toll-free number, speak with one of our representatives. They can literally do it all right through our website. They can submit their cases, not even have to speak to anybody. It has our contracts and rates. Really, it's up to the customer. Most customers want to talk to us, right? They want to understand our process, our pricing, any questions or fears that they may have. And then our team members will answer those questions for them, get them signed up, they're also going to get a portal access to our software so they can track us and our work in real time. So they're never left in the dark, right? They're not just sending us accounts and then not knowing what's going on. They'll have full transparency working with our companies in real time. So that's a nice thing for them as well.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. We appreciate all the information. And what was the website one more time?
CCFGcredit.com, and then Lienguard, which is LIENGUARD.US.
Perfect.
I guess it's the website.
Thank you guys again for the
Thank you
time.
again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Thank
As
you for
always,
having us.
yeah, absolutely. And as always, stay tuned. We're going to have another live stream coming at you here in about 30 minutes. We'll see you guys then.